So, how he proposed. Basically, he took me to a resort. I kind of already knew it was coming because he asked my dad um, at at a dinner we went to, and I wasn't at the dinner, but I was um, at the mall. So I kind of already knew. My dad told me, but so we went to a resort, and it was really nice. And he scheduled like some massages and like a mud wrap, and it was really good, really like well thought out. And I knew it was coming like all day, but I didn't know when. I kind of figured because he had this fancy dinner planned out, I figured it would be at dinner. So I've been waiting, all night, and we're getting ready for dinner. And so I get everything ready, and then we walk down, and like there's this bridge over like a little kind of like a pond, and it's like really pretty, and there was Christmas lights everywhere. And I was like, okay, he might do it here, but it was so cold. I was freezing, so I was like, I don't want to stay out here too long. And we're going over the bridge, and at the top of the bridge, he stops, and then I was like, oh my gosh, here it comes, and then he just continues to walk, and I was like, all right. So we then went and sat down to dinner, and um, before we could before we could sit down, we had to wait like 10 minutes. So he's like, "You want a drink?" So he got us a drink, and then we were still waiting. So he's like, "You want another drink?" And I was like, "Sure." So two drinks in, and then we go and sit down at our table, and there was wine pairing with the dinner. So I was like, "Well, I've already had two drinks. I'm a little bit of a lightweight. I don't really drink like a ton, so um, I'm just sitting there like, okay, hopefully this comes soon." And then we sit down, we get our appetizer, and then we get a glass of wine. He's like, "You better drink the whole wine. We're getting our money's worth." And I was like, "Okay." So like I drink the first glass of wine, and then I drink the second glass of wine, then I drink the third glass of wine, and fourth glass of wine comes out, and I'm like, I can't, like, I feel like I'm about to throw up. And so he drinks it, and then nothing happens at dinner. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I was wrong about this whole entire trip. So I should probably let my hopes go down just a little bit. And then basically, we're walking back up, and I was like, well, he's got like one last chance, like over the bridge on the way back to our room. So we're going over the bridge, and he just like seriously runs as fast as he can across the bridge. And I was like, so we go up to the room, and now I'm kind of like, whatever, fine, I'll live. It's fine. And so we get to the room, and like he opens the door, and he's like staring at me, and I'm like looking around, freaking barely walk, so I'm like stumbling up the stairs. So um, open the door, and there's like rose petals everywhere, and there's like hearts on the bed, and then like it says love across the bed. And there's like a bottle of champagne over on the nightstand, and it was like so cute. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then he stands up, and he's like saying something to the effect of um, there's no one else I'd rather be with. And um, kind of going through this whole thing. And then he like gets down on his knee, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm trying to like, focus, not fall over or anything. So I'm like looking at him. And he like opens the ring box, and I was like, oh, that's the one I wanted. And so then he he's like still talking.
What you gonna do with that dessert?
Exactly but it was really cute. And then he like stood back up and like put the ring on my finger, and I was like, oh, that was so cute, do it again. So I got back down on his knee and did it again, just so I had like a double take. And then yeah, and then we just kind of